Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. It is Bitcoin summer right now. Crypto summer has just begun. This is the end of crypto summer. Yes, you do get the 30% pullbacks right in front of your eyes, but that's summer for crypto. Everyone wants to know if we'll get a left-translated cycle or a bubble cycle that lasts longer than we thought. We don't know that yet, but now we're in a good place. Global funding is getting better and should keep getting better going forward. It should get better for business. Now is the time. Now is a great time. Now is the time when ETH does better than Bitcoin and Solana does better than ETH. A lot of alts will do better than Solana, so it's clear that this is a great chance. The big deal is now going on. Raoul, who started Real Vision and is its CEO, is very positive about the future of the cryptocurrency market, even though the market recently went down. He thinks that crypto summer has finally begun and is very optimistic about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and especially Solana for the second half of 2024 and into 2025. Powell says that this coming bull market will be unlike any other and could be the biggest in the history of crypto. He says this is because of a special mix of things that are positive for both the cryptocurrency market and the economy as a whole. During this bull run, Powell thinks Bitcoin could go as high as $200,000. But he thinks that Ethereum and Solana will do better than Bitcoin, especially since an Ethereum ETF and a Solana ETF might be made available. Powell explains in this video how he trades the best cryptocurrencies and joke coins to make the most money during the bull market. He is also sure that there will be a strong crypto bull market because he thinks that quantitative easing will be raised, which he calls more cowbell. Watch all the way to the end of the video. We'll be looking at on-chain Bitcoin data that suggests the crypto markets may be getting better faster than most people think. The way all markets work is the same. You put money is coming into Bitcoin, so it goes into assets that aren't as easy to sell, and those go up even more, right? The way every market works is the same. When it comes to Bitcoin, it makes the other things more valuable. It's clear that the next step is the ETF. ETH is very interesting because the more you buy, the less is available because about 28% of it is locked up in terrible staking. I mean, the market is going to get pretty shook up. The price will just go up and down a lot. That's going to be fun. Solana has been the main horse for adoption because it's getting more and more adopted. That's why it tends to do better. So I believe you have the ideal risk curve for Bitcoin to begin to cycle well. After that, ETH starts to do better. It's base if you look at the ETH Bitcoin chart. Over time, it looks like it will start to break higher. And that's pretty much what took place. When did it happen? Around September 2020? It wasn't summer, it was summer 2020. The same thing happened to us. That should keep going. Then, finally, Solana, if I check the Solana ETH chart, it's about to go up again. It looks like this cute little flag design should go on. It looks the same, and from what I've thought, I don't think anything changes. I believe Solana is the ETH of the last cycle. Okay, this is a real blockchain that's being used by everyone. Yes, this is real. The best part is Fire Dancer. So there's real stuff going on here. I mean, who the hell knows what the price goals are? But let's do something similar to what ETH did last time. That was a 45x from the low point. That's about $500. I get between $500 and $1,000 if I look at the other maps. And it all depends on how this market is set up. It will reach $1,000 if a bubble forms. It goes up to $500 if we get some kind of left translation. That's about it. Price goals don't really help here, but that's because you need to see how the market is set up and behave when it happens. It's fine that we have an idea now, but we'll really know when it happens when we feel it. Here are my odds. My chance is 60%. That's kind of the way cycles work. I don't think the last cycle was. It was slowed down. The last leg was short. There should have been one more leg up. We did not understand. 2017 was probably a more normal year for crypto. It looked like 2013. At the end, the tops get pretty blowy. I would give a full bubble cycle 20% of the chance to be kind of la land. 60% goes to a standard cycle and 20% goes to a cycle that is to the left. That's about how my chances look right now. We haven't seen the rush in the papers. It's still the same people. Of course, I can see that my Twitter followers are growing again. They stopped growing for a while, but now they're back on the rise. Anyway, I reached 1 million, 4 months ago. Now I'm at about 1,020,000. We aren't seeing a huge surge. That's right. Okay, so there is some anecdotal proof, but we're not really seeing a lot of people join. But it's still early. It's still early stage. We forget because, well, this cycle worked out pretty well for all of us. We felt like we've been in it the whole time. But don't forget that most of us bought now last time. after that. It was May and June for us the last time. For us, it came after. I got in at the same time as you guys, right? It was afterward. It's clear that the price is higher now. It's not the same. I'm not sure, but let's keep an open mind. I agree with Michael's point of view as well. I believe we do not know. So we need to keep an open mind. That's why I'm trying to use a probabilistic approach and make changes as we go. I'm very careful about what I say these days. The way I talk to you guys off camera is very different from how I talk to you guys on camera. Yes, people are very careful around me because, the internet is a bad place. Yes, we've all been there, right? So I agree with Benny. We're actually being much more careful with what we say. We do have PTSD, but it's not from the market so much as it's from Twitter. Yes, sir. But what do you think, Raoul? I'm constantly called a liar and a purple bull. At the lows and the highs, I was positive. We haven't seen anything yet, though. It's not even $1,000. Because the market moves from bottom left to top right over time, you were right to be positive. On top of that, it depends on what people mean by time horizon. That's the second big problem. That's what everyone does wrong. As it stands, I'm really 95% on, just my core views. The other 5% is silly stuff, like some small things I can't talk about. After that, I got got Doge. Yes, I have the dogs, since they run first. This really is the best time for the dog cycle. You do some of that just for fun. But I'm not very good at this part because I always look back too late in the loop. When you look back, you see this useless piece of junk. I mean, if I look at my wallet from the last time, the decentralized, sandbox, and other things I got stuck with were from stories I overstayed in. That's the problem, staying in these things for too long. This part is hard. People don't understand that the hardest part is at the end of the run. That part is the hardest. It doesn't buy the cycle. The circle isn't going. They say it's the end because if it ends early, you're left with the bag. If it goes as planned and you have PTSD, you sell a little too soon, it's not the worst thing. As long as it has a super cycle. I mean, I remember being really happy when I sold Bitcoin in 2017 for about $2,500. Reached 20,000. About 10 times in the next 5 months. It's really hard to do that with. I didn't sell anything the last time. Again, I've been thinking that I will just cut some off for lifestyle chips, most likely at the end of this year. Not about price, just about time. Because I want to get rid of some living chips. After that, I'll run it and take more off if it turns out to be a bubble cycle. I will just run it if it is a standard cycle. This is known to Benny. There's been talk between us. I'm beginning to believe that the very best investments are the very expensive arts NFTs of the OGs, and that's where you should put your savings. So you keep taking money out of your savings and putting it into that? My craziest guess is that it will be something like, don't fuck this up, it keeps coming up. It is very easy, don't do anything. We all have a great time on this show and talk about interesting things. It looks like almost everyone here is just trading or messing around with a small part of their stock. At the end of the day, we're just standing firm on our values, and that's what matters. Rollbit does pay for things. Yes, people do use it. Yes, everyone here used to work in the stock markets. Lead is something that everyone knows how to do. It's not something I do. You can do it on the small bag again, though. You can learn how to play. But crypto has been, and